One Zambia, one nation, glad you could make it to watch Zanis News. I am your caster, Alice Banda, and our sign language interpreter is Joas Shikombwe. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Government commissions 65 million kwacha road projects in Solwezi. ZPPA registers over 80,000 suppliers of e-government system. Plus, Kalomo Dairy Cooperative utilizes 4.5 million kwacha grant for expansion. Zanis News in detail. Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Charles Milupi, has commissioned 2 road projects worth over 65 million kwacha in Solwezi district. The commissioned projects include the rehabilitated Way Bridge at the cost of 58.4 million kwacha and the Kimasala Mushitala Bailey Bridge amounting to 7.7 million kwacha. Join Jennifer Motoshi with the details.
Government has finally completed and handed over 2 bridges in Solwezi whose work stood for close to 10 and 4 years respectively. These bridges are the Kimasala Mushitala Bailey Bridge, which was started in 2015, and the rehabilitation of Solwezi Way Bridge, initially projected for a year, but took 4 years. Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, Charles Milupi, commissions the projects at 2 separate functions.
The new Dawn government under President Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia, recognizes that the road infrastructure development is vital to national development, as it facilitates growth in the productive sectors such as agriculture, mining, manufacturing, tourism. Accordingly, the government will strategically invest in the construction and upgrading, rehabilitation, and maintenance of the road and the bridge infrastructure across the country.
The Road Development Agency gives some insights on the delay.
It took us 4.5 years to complete a 1-year project, primarily by our predecessors who did not match projects to the financial envelope available.
Meanwhile, the provincial minister, Robert Lihef, is grateful but has a request too.
So delighted. Honorable Minister, on behalf of the province, I would rather extend another burden to you. If your ministry can quickly please look on our road, the Lumwana Mwenilunga Ikelenge Road. If this road, the concession is signed in the shortest period of time, I think the people, your relatives, our relatives in Mwenilunga and the Northwestern Province will be excited.
The Infrastructure Minister is accompanied by Defense Minister Ambrose Lufuma, Labour Minister Brenda Tamba, and ZNS Deputy Commander Major General Ruben Mwewa. Reporting for Zanis in Solwezi District, Jennifer Mtoshi.
Kembe Member of Parliament Princess Kasune has commissioned 2 classroom blocks constructed at a cost of over 1.1 million kwacha using the Constituency Development Fund CDF. The projects are at Ipongo Primary School in Chibombo District. Ms. Kasune, who is also Minister of Justice, says the construction of the classroom blocks are a fulfillment of the aspirations of the 8th National Development Plan that seeks to address disparities in the education sector. More in the following report.
This classroom block with a blown-off roof is where pupils at Ipongo Primary School in Chibombo District learn from. However, a 1x3 and a 1x2 classroom blocks have been constructed using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, and has since been commissioned by Justice Minister Princess Kasune. Ms. Kasune, who is also Kembe Member of Parliament, says government will continue constructing school infrastructure in order to increase access to quality education.
Empowerment and sustainable development is anchored through education. That is why your President of the Republic of Zambia, President Hakainde Hichilema, has insisted that no child should be left behind with education or should have to sit on the floor.
The minister also said, as Justice Minister, she will ensure that local courts in rural areas are constructed to promote law and order.
So I will proceed to ensure that courts, especially at the local level, are also constructed.
Chiwambo District Commissioner Royd Kayeka thanks the government for the empowerment programs in his district.
Across the district, we had 10,000 who were benefiting from social cash transfer. And these were receiving 400 kwacha every after 2 months. Because of the hunger, the government has added 200 on top, so they will be receiving 600 every after 2 months.
Suaman, tatusuni onkondo mchishi chesuche. Tatusuni onkondo mchishi chesuche. Tulanda volumu no. Muchevo, mwinga vapengeramo, mbana, ndiswe, vamachembere vatendi, vamalema vatendi, mwinga vapengeramo. Muno Muzambia, nuwa matangirishi, nda musenga mulina lyavalesa. Na mubiyo palimpwa lufyanya, amukale, muwe pomwi, munyufanine pomwi.
Meanwhile, a grade 7 pupil at Ipongo Primary School, Pride Chinaka, has thanked the government for building the classroom blocks.
We wish to applaud our dedicated government for constructing modern infrastructure in all areas where children are struggling to attend education under harsh conditions.
Classrooms are furnished with desks procured using CDF and will be operational from Monday 14th, 2024. Beatrice Infula reporting for Zanis in Chiwambo.
Government has commissioned 8 projects in Mfowe constituency in Lavushimanda district of Mchinga province. The projects that include schools and health infrastructure have been constructed using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund, CDF, at a cost of over 5 million kwacha. Mchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Matthews Chilekwa has urged the community to safeguard the infrastructure. Take a look.
It is government's one of its priority to ensure that pupils learn in a conducive environment. Hence, government has continued to construct classroom blocks in various schools. In Lavushimanda district in Mchinga province, this 1x3 classroom block at Mpumba Primary School, constructed at a total cost of over 700,000 kwacha, and another at Salamo Primary School, constructed at a total cost of over 600,000 kwacha, under the 2023 CDF, among other, have since been commissioned. And Mchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary, Reverend Matthew Chilekwa, who was at hand to commission the facilities, has called for proper utilization.
We have to take care. You know, there is a lot of money that is going in public funds. This is a presidential initiative that we should have to empower our pupils so that they can learn effectively in nice habitable places. So our teachers have to take care. Start pushing for desks now.
Yes, sir.
So that the school management can make sure that the people of these classes are fulfilling the desks.
And Mpumba Primary School head teacher says the classroom block will cushion the challenges faced by learners.
To have commissioned this 1x3 classroom block, it is going to cushion the overcrowding of classrooms that we had previously. We have over-enrollment in our classes, then we feel that we are going to have classroom space and the knocking of time of children is going to be embraced.
At Salama Primary School, the Deputy Permanent Secretary encouraged learners to utilize the classroom block.
Let's make sure that we make use of these facilities nicely, protect them. We have to make sure that we take care of these facilities.
Learners at both schools are grateful to government.
Not only that he has provided free education for us, but he has also concerned and he has heard our cry. He has brought this new block here, and for that we are saying thank you.
This facility is different from all these other because this has electricity which can allow us to study at any time. I'm happy with this facility. We will now sit comfortably in class. Pamela Inamba reporting for Zanis in Labushmanda District, Muchinga Province.
Meanwhile, in Dundumwezi in Southern Province, Liseli Simusole reports that members of the community say inadequate school desks in some learning institutions may impact negatively on the performance of pupils. And Naluja Primary School head teacher Rogers Mwemba expressed concern that his school has not received any desks from the time the presidential directive was issued to ensure that no child sits on the floor.
Despite the presidential directive that no child should sit on the floor, following the introduction of the free education policy, the state of affairs in this school has not changed. Here at Naluja Primary School in Dundumwezi constituency in Kalomo district, over 1,000 pupils ranging from grade 1 to grade 9 have to share only 83 desks, resulting in some pupils having to sit on the floor. This state of affairs remains a concern for school authorities here.
Actually, we are seeing a number of children coming back to school almost weekly because of the policies which have been introduced by the government. The community has responded very well to this policy. Now, the challenge has come with this policy is that we do not have enough infrastructure, especially furniture. In terms of CDF desks, we have not received anything. Most of our children are sharing desks, 4 per desk. Others are still sitting on the floor. Our appeal is that let the councils through CDF give us enough desks to cater for our learners. It is impacting on our learners in terms of performance because definitely a child seated on the floor cannot do well.
Concerned with this situation, the Ward Development Committee chairperson in this area has pledged action.
There are few desks against an enrollment of 1,000 plus. Most of the children are still sitting on the floor. So, as a Ward Development Committee, we shall see the authorities in Kalomo to discuss those issues.
Community members are not only concerned about inadequate desks, but are also calling for interventions to mitigate effects of food insecurity on school-going children.
Some homes, they cannot allow or afford to have 2 meals. Instead, it's just 1. And with the hunger situation, which is coming as a result of the drought that we experienced, this has even affected the absenteeism in schools. So seek for more interventions through the current government. If, for example, they can provide feeding programs in these schools, it is going to motivate learners coming to school.
Lisa Musole, Zanis, in Kalomo District, Southern Province.
Now, Shangombo District Commissioner Mobita Siamana has expressed happiness with government efforts in mitigating the hunger situation in the district. Mr. Siamana has told Zanis in Shangombo that the district has received 1,200 bags of Ego Mealie Meal. He says that every Wednesday the district has an allocation of fairly priced Mealie Meal through Zambia National Service ZNS agents. Mr. Siamana further said that the district received 120 metric tons of maize through Food Reserve Agency FRA shed, which has been shared among many main town shed, Siwele and Natukoma satellites respectively. We take our first break. Stay tuned.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar platform, channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. Now in business news, the Zambia Public Procurement Authority ZPPA has registered over 80,000 suppliers under the Electronic Government Procurement EGP system. EGP Principal Officer Malcolm Koane says the authority has also trained 625 out of the 635 registered contractors. Christine Mselu reports.
Government has introduced the Electronic Government Procurement EGP system to enhance transparency and compliance in the procurement process. The Zambia Public Procurement Authority has since started training contractors and suppliers on the use of the system. The team was in Mpulungu to conduct the training.
We are here in Northern Province where we are set to train various suppliers in various districts in the usage of the Electronic Government Procurement System. We are hoping to build capacity in the local suppliers so that they can understand public procurement processes and also be able to submit responsive bids on the Electronic Government Procurement platform. And with this, if most of these suppliers understand how to do bid submission and take advantage of the system, we are hoping that there will be socio-economic development within our communities as the local suppliers will be taking advantage of the projects that are being floated in these local authorities.
The local authority in Mpulungu is happy with the initiative.
As a local authority, we are happy that the team from Lusaka has come. We are running a lot of CDF projects which involve a lot of money. Okay, so we want you to actually listen carefully to what they are running through, so that you are able to present the required credentials as and when you apply for those projects. The advantages of EGP for us as an institution, this gives us the chance to avoid suspected corruption.
Contractors and suppliers who attended the meeting had this to say.
It is important that the ZPPA has come on board to help us, to train us so that we also part of the EGP system, to access also information from other districts, even the tenders on the nation.
Christine Selu reporting for Zanis in Mpulungu.
Minister of Health Sylvia Masebo has praised the Rotary Club of Zambia for partnering with her ministry in its efforts to combat the disease burden through the provision of free medical services to citizens. Speaking during the launch of the Rotary Family Health Day in Chongwe District, in a speech read on her behalf by Chongwe District Commissioner Evans Lupia, Ms. Masebo explained that the initiative will supplement government's effort in addressing the disease burden in the country. Join us for the details.
The good health of citizens is critical for the country to realize economic development, because healthy is wealthy, as the adage goes. For this reason, the Rotary Club in Zambia, in partnership with the Ministry of Health, has conducted free medical checkup on the people of Chongwe. Health Minister Sylvia Masebo was represented by Chongwe District Commissioner Evans Lupia at the launch of the Rotary Family Health Day.
What we are witnessing here is a lottery. The Rotarians are here who have come to support government on the matters of health. And we want to say it's very commendable. They brought all the different specialists in different lines of medical fields to help us, to help government. As we are all aware, health comes first. Without health, you can't talk of productivity. Without health, there's nothing you can do. You can't work. Without health, even people who once studied, they will not study. So health is a serious matter. I want to commend government, of course, that the Minister of Health is getting very good attention, even in terms of budget allocations. It's all because of what the President, what the President attaches to matters of health.
Rotary Family Health Day's country coordinator, Simon Bota, explains the meaning of the day.
We're out here in Chongwe, at Chongwe Secondary School. We've set up for what we call Rotary Family Health Day in partnership with the Ministry of Health, where we are providing free health screening, immunizations, free immunizations, and also education on disease prevention and treatment. And if we find that there are any serious cases, we provide referrals for follow-on care to any specialist or major hospital where we can't attend to that case here.
Chongwe District Health Director said the gesture will go a long way in reaching out to the communities in the district.
We want just to appreciate the collaboration. You know, the government talks about working with partners to supplement health services, and we want to appreciate the Rotary organization and many other partners that have come through. We have the Muslim Society, we have quite a number of partners that have come, so we are here to support and supplement health services what the government has provided.
Beneficiaries were elated for the free medical checkup. This initiative is indeed a step in the right direction as it complements government efforts in addressing disease burden. Sunday for Zanis in the Chongwe district.
Still in health news, Rotary Club in Ndola district on the Copperbelt province has procured medicine worth over 100,000 kwacha to facilitate free medical services to the people of Mine Masala area. Ndola Rotary Club past president Sydney Matamwandi notes that 4 clubs within the district have come together to work with the Ministry of Health and other partners to offer free medical services to the people of Ndola. Details in the following report.
All Rotary clubs, working together with the Ministry of Health and other cooperating partners, are in Mine Masala to offer medical services such as cervical cancer screening, eye and dental services to ensure that the people of Ndola acquire free medical services.
Medications, of course the pharmacy community within Ndola, we are also generous. We received some donations, so we have quite a lot of medications covering a wide range of diseases. Medication alone is somewhere in excess of 70,000 kwacha. There is also money for other things. The whole budget is somewhere near 180,000 kwacha.
For the District Health Office, the Family Health Days help out the office to achieve its objective.
Then on our part, for us is really to thank the Rotary Club. These Family Health Days are going a long way in helping the District Health achieve its objectives, because our objective, our goal is to take services as close to the people as possible. So when we pick a place which is not ordinarily a health center, then we come and we provide various services with their support. Then for us it's really going a long way in ensuring a health in Ndola as well. So we are achieving. So these people here, the services that we are providing, we're also collecting the statistics, and then our report will show that we reach to so many women for cervical cancer, screening, for family planning. We reach to so many people with dental services, with the eye health services.
More days are needed to ensure people have access to these services.
This year around, only one day, but we intend to do more. I think previously we've always had medical camps for over 3 days, but we are hoping that we'll improve these services. You've seen the turnout has been marvelous, and we intend to definitely increase more.
The beneficiaries are happy to receive these medical services.
I
am happy that I have been given BP medicine.
Yabano kuposte nchita ingeza babomba noma clinic ifi awe kuti paikala bwino so ndento therapy ababa buteko abatetera abaletwa afurisha.
I am happy that the services here are running smoothly.
Nelly Zanis in Ndola.
The Food and Agricultural Organization, FAO, has reiterated its commitment towards supporting sustained food security among households in Choma district affected by the drought experienced during the last farming season. FAO Monitoring and Evaluation Officer Patrick Chilumba explains that partnering with key organizations such as UNICEF, His organization will ensure financial and technical support is offered to beneficiary households under the Scaling Up Nutrition. Liselu Simusole now reports.
Since its inception in 2021, the Scaling Up Nutrition program, which has been implemented in various sectors, such as fisheries, livestock and agriculture, has been empowering women groups in Choma district with knowledge and implements on best practices to enhance nutrition in their households. Despite some of the project activities having come to an end this year, the Food and Agriculture Organization wants some of these activities sustained in a bid to mitigate effects of climate change on food security at household level.
FAO is also responding to the drought situation by offering technical and financial support towards the households whom we work with under Scaling Up Nutrition too. So the project, in terms of district activities, came to an end in June, but UNICEF, FAO and the donors, we have agreed that we do a last push to help our target groups again a little bit more.
Nkanduka Tongo is Choma District Scaling Up Nutrition Coordinator.
For Choma District, we have a total of 25,000 beneficiaries that we registered, and we have a model known as the Nutrition Support Group model, where we have grouped our beneficiaries who basically are pregnant mothers, lactating mothers, and also caretakers of children that are under 2. Those are the ones that we are targeting to reduce the stunting levels that are high in the country.
Some of the beneficiaries are elated with the support received so far.
Ubo tumbotu jana ku programu ya suni tu ya kulima ishange hetu limide mu garden omu maveja aya atyola maveja totola twakusambala twamala kusambala ala mali twaleta ku saving tulijisi saving group ya suni tu ponya twaleta ku saving okuya twaja kusika chindisha kwa abana ponya ala mali twajita twa abana kaboto ponya twamani atuliyoli gwasha mu manda tego usanganye mu myomo hosani na bana bawo twarumba maningi ku project enji mwakatuletera yatusumpula maningi yasumpula abana kambo eno bana gwina no bayopenga mulange mpongo zezi twakuba kuli penzi na gwina penzi inoliko mikupaya ro twapatira patira twajata kapongo twasambala mwana watiani wali gwasha.
Lise Musole, Zanis in Choma District, Southern Province.
From Southern Province, we take you to Eastern Province. Katete District Commissioner Raphael Piri has bemoaned the negative attitude by some cooperatives of failing to pay back their loans despite being given enough time to do so. Mr. Piri said this in Katete District when commemorating the International Cooperatives Day held under the theme Cooperatives Building a Better Future for All. Here are the details.
They have gathered in numbers to celebrate their day. These cooperatives are drawn from various parts of the district. Gracing the event held under the theme, Cooperatives Building a Better Future for All, Katete District Commissioner appreciated their gathering in numbers, but bemoaned their failure to pay back loans.
Timadziva kutindirama za CDF za magrant amatenga vavigurizana apatsidwa ongotuluka mu office ufika pabwalo ndarama zitanugavana chigurizano chatera pamwe apo zikakhala zijeza loni atenga alimi atenga vavigurizano koma sabweza maloni achana tenga mahonda ilukangobweza maloni ati sizilubwezedwa ndarama zija
Meanwhile, Katete District Council Chairperson Fanuel Chama urged the cooperatives to diversify their business portfolios.
Ngati muigwisa ntchito bwino mungayambo pangati madeski mabosako supply ku council chifukwa tina malo yambiri yamene mufunika madeski maskuli yamene alumangiwa. So it is an ongoing program. We need to support the local people. As a local authority, we are there to give you support. So if you kanga tuwa kansulo tilipo kuti timpaseni support imwazigwirizano ni kufika mu office kwathu mwatengako ma forms mwachitako apply komanso muoneseso kuti ija account yamene muli nayo ya ku banki inkhala active so that mungachitepo business inangu. We should think outside the box.
And the district cooperatives chairperson, Alfonso Piri, urged sleeping cooperatives to awake and take advantage of the various empowerments government and other stakeholders we are providing.
All cooperatives that are idle are encouraged to become active so that they benefit from various empowerment programs from government and the other stakeholders.
Hope Walia, Katete District, Eastern Province.
Kalomo Dairy Cooperative Society has successfully operationalized the 4.5 million kwacha grant by the United States African Development Foundation, USADF, for the expansion of the business enterprise. The cooperative has constructed 2 new solar-powered bulk milk chilling plants in Belo and RR settlements in Chief Sipatunyana's area. We have more in the following report.
The United States African Development Foundation, USADF, with the technical support by the Rural Development Innovations, RDA, has commissioned 2 solar bulk milking plants for the Kalomo Dairy Cooperative Society.
We are proud to be the pioneers of a solar-powered milk collection center in Kalomo district. Guest of honor, Kalomo Dairy Cooperative appreciates the efforts of the government and other cooperating partners in support of the development of cooperatives as a vehicle for economic development of farmers and rural communities.
RDA hopes the project expansion initiative would enable several farmers be resilient to the effects of drought as they may find alternative sources of income by selling milk to these centers.
This solar-powered milk collection center has been constructed as part of the over 4,516,000 enterprise expansion grant awarded to Kalomo Dairy Cooperative by USADF about a year ago. And it has widened the milk collection catchment area for the cooperative. This means that more farmers now have the opportunity to sell their milk through the cooperative and realize the much needed income at household level.
The funders appeal for a replica of such projects to other areas.
We take advantage of this occasion to appeal to government and other cooperating partners and together provide resources to replicate projects such as this one to other areas that may need similar support.
The district administration has recommended government's cooperating partners for their support.
Allow me to thank the United States Africa Development Foundation and the Rural Development Innovation RDI for the support rendered to the Zambian government through Kalomo Dairy Cooperative Society.
Reporting for Zanis, Martin Mashekwa, Kalomo, Southern Province.
We take you to Northwestern Province, where Provincial Deputy Permanent Secretary Tradson Mulofwa says government has made efforts to address the water resource issues in order to protect the people of Kalombila district. Speaking when he addressed Kalombila residents during a public disclosure meeting, Mr. Mulofwa says government constituted a technical committee to study the water resources and come up with recommendations on how best to protect, conserve, and utilize sustainably water in the mine and surrounding communities. We bring you more in this report.
Following numerous complaints from the community of Msangeji, Kankonji, and Msele, which suggested that water is polluted, government constituted a team of experts to ascertain where the water is allegedly contaminated by conducting the test.
The water quality results in general are not surprising, not alarming, because most of the water points in the province and in the country at large have similar results. The committee is more concerned with results indicating water contamination found in 27 water points in the community. The results show that there could be fecal contamination taking place in the water points, which mostly originate from human beings. Recommendation has been made to Kalumbira District Council to carry out rehabilitation works for the affected water points.
Menji akurongesha kupima kwamba ngai kawana katachi atera kupima na anonga apima chenyi na mvura apima na anonga apima chenyi na mvura nkumi nina kudinu ikuizara kulanganyi na koma nkesha hamu panga conclusion.
While the Provincial Water Development Resources Officer noted that the results will not be based on one season.
We actually came up with the preliminary findings. The results showed, the results themselves gave us confidence to proceed with the study. And that when we proceed, that's when we'll get more information. Because these results will not be based on one season. What we did was just one season, which is a dry season. And there's still a wet season that we need to also be able to analyze in terms of behavior of ground and surface waters.
It is the view of the technical committee that more tests be conducted as the study is ongoing to come up with a sustainable solution. Monde Msole, Zanis News.
And now in Central Province, 54 pay point managers are expected to be trained in the disbursement of funds under government's emergency cash transfer in Kabwe District. District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa says the 54 will be working with 58 pay point managers who have been disbursing the social cash transfer. More in this report.
Government is training pay point managers in the management of funds under the newly introduced emergency cash transfer resulting from the drought. District Commissioner Lennox Shimwambwa, who officiated at the occasion, says 13,000 individuals in critical need will be given financial assistance on a monthly basis for a period of 1 year.
Respond to the drought. So equally, from your side, we also have the emergency social cash transfer, which has now overwhelmed us because of so much funds that have to be committed to the exercise, an additional 13,000 over and above the usual caseload we have of just over 10,000. So ultimately we are saying we'll have to deal with over 23,000, about 23,000 of our own citizens who are disabled, some of them who are child-headed households, and so on and so forth. So it's an extremely important exercise. The eyes are, everybody's watching. They're all looking upon us to do the correct things. It is an exercise that we cannot afford to make mistakes. It's not an exercise that we begin to be partisan. It's an exercise that the CWACs continually, that the pay point managers themselves continue to do the correct things.
Social welfare officers has cautioned the trainees against bad conduct.
The services that are offered by the ministry, which is the Department of Social Welfare, and we've also covered the role of the PPMs in the implementation of the social cash transfer program, and we've oriented them on the importance of working with the community structures, which are the CWACs, in identifying the beneficiaries, and also the CWACs being the people who witness when they are disbursing the funds.
We need to have knowledge on the social cash transfer program, so that even when I'm not around, or any of the officers are not around, they are able to respond to some of the questions that the beneficiaries and the people in the society where are coming from would want to know.
Meanwhile, Joanne Ngosa, who represented the District Education Board Secretary, has advised pay point managers to avoid soliciting for money from vulnerable beneficiaries.
This money. Our encouragement is that
you do your work diligently. If you are taught to pay manually, like you are paying on the table, do not entice the clients to give you part of the money that you are going to be dishing out to them. Please, we are saying that this is money for the vulnerable, people who are unable to look after themselves, people who are challenged in all kinds of ways.
For Zanis News in Kabwe, Central Province, I'm Namatama Iwanga.
Finally in the news, Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Jack Mwembu, says effective reformation of inmates can not only be achieved with a correction guideline, but with the necessary spiritual and health care. Mr. Mwembu says inmates are among the most marginalized members of society who deserve equal access to proper health care and spiritual guidance for them to reform and be integrated into society. He said this in a speech read on his behalf by Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Permanent Secretary, Technical Services, Joseph Akafumba, at this year's International Day of Prayer and Action for Inmates in Lusaka. Sarah Miti brought us this report.
The International Day of Prayer and Action for Inmates is a day on which stakeholders gather to offer prayers for inmates and interact with them as well as look into their affairs. Zambia has since the year 2016 commemorated this day, and this year the focus is on the health of the prisoners. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwembu, being represented by Permanent Secretary for Technical Services Joseph Akafumba, officiated the event.
The reformation of inmates cannot be successfully achieved without the health and spiritual component. Therefore, the health personnel and the clergy are an integral partner in the crusade to Zambia's Correctional Service Command. Continue with the open door. Inmates being among the most marginalized groups in society need special consideration in as far as the provisions of health services is concerned. Therefore, we cannot say often enough that health is a human right to which everyone is entitled to.
Zambia Correctional Service Commissioner General Frederick Chilukutu shared what the Commission is doing to improve healthcare provision to the inmates.
Our centers were built decades ago at a time when the idea was to punish offenders. These are the same facilities in use today and are environmentally unfriendly to our inmates, especially women, children, and those with special health needs. This, coupled with other challenges, makes life in correctional centers hard for our dear inmates. As a service, we are not sitting idle. To address the health challenges above, the Zambia Correctional Service recruited 246 health personnel, among them doctors, medical licentiates, clinical officers, nurses, pharmacists, laboratory technicians, and physiotherapists.
Head of the steering committee in charge of organizing the commemorations has explained the rationale behind this year's theme.
Our focus as steering committee and everybody here is we are looking at the health of the inmates. They have so many needs, but this year we said let us focus on their health. Health is wealth for them.
The church, government, corporate bodies, and individuals have donated various medical equipment and accessories to boost the healthcare delivery to the inmates, an action that has been appreciated by the service and the inmates. Sarah Miti reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
As we end the news, here is a reminder of the top stories once again. Government commissions 65 million kwacha road projects in Solwezi. ZPPA registers over 80,000 suppliers of e-government system. Plus, Kalomo Dairy Cooperative utilizes 4.5 million kwacha grant for expansion. On that note, we end Zanis News. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team, not forgetting Joas Shikombwe, our sign language interpreter, my name is Alice Panda, saying goodbye and God bless you.